Mint Paratha, also known as Pudina Paratha, is a refreshing and flaky Indian flatbread made with fresh mint leaves, green chilies, and a blend of aromatic spices. This easy homemade paratha recipe is a great way to enjoy the cooling flavors of mint in a warm, crisp flatbread. Whether you serve it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, this Pudina Paratha pairs perfectly with plain yogurt, Indian pickle, or any simple curry. In today's recipe, I'll show you a step-by-step how to make mint paratha from scratch using whole wheat flour and homemade spice mix that makes each bite flavorful and satisfying. In a small bowl, mix together 2 teaspoons of mint powder, half a teaspoon of black salt, 1 teaspoon amchur powder or dry mango powder, 1½ teaspoon of regular salt, half a teaspoon turmeric, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon whole cumin seeds, 1½ teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon garam masala, and 1 teaspoon carom seeds ajwain. This spice mix not only adds great flavor but also helps with digestion, especially useful when you are making any kind of Indian flatbread. You can double the quantity and store it for future use. It's a handy mix for parathas, raitas, or even chaats. Next, let's knead the dough for the mint paratha. In a large bowl, combine 2 cups of whole wheat flour or atta, 2 finely chopped green chilies, salt to taste, and 2 cups of freshly chopped mint leaves. Add 1 teaspoon of oil or ghee. Mix everything well. Then slowly add water little by little and knead into a soft, pliable dough. Be sure not to add too much water in one go, just enough to bind everything into a smooth dough that doesn't stick to your fingers. Once it's ready, cover the dough with a damp cloth or wet paper towel and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Resting the dough helps develop gluten and makes rolling the parathas much easier. After resting, knead the dough again. Divide it into 8 equal portions. Shape each portion into a round ball. Now it's time to roll, and there are 2 fun rolling methods you can use to make this paratha flaky and layered. For the first method, dust a dough ball with dry flour and roll it out into a thin disc. Spread a little ghee or oil on top and sprinkle about 1 teaspoon of the spice mix. Fold the disc from one side, then fold the other side over it and make a strip. Again, add a bit of ghee or oil, sprinkle some more spice mix. And roll the strip into a spiral. And make a slit. Flatten the spiral slightly, dust with flour and gently roll it out into a 3-4 inch circle. This Lachha style folding method gives you nice layers in the paratha. For the second rolling method, again roll the dough into a thin disc. Spread ghee or oil and then sprinkle the spice mix evenly. Then cut the rolled out dough into vertical strips using a sharp knife or pizza cutter. Stack the stripes loosely over one another like a ribbon. Roll the stack into a spiral just like a cinnamon roll. Press it gently. Dust a dough ball with dry flour, sprinkle sesame seeds on top, and roll it out into a 3-4 inch circle. This technique also gives the paratha a flaky layer and a beautiful look. If you are short on time, you can just roll the dough, spread the filling, fold it into a triangle, and roll it again. Simple and quick. To cook them in parathas, heat a tawa or flat skillet over medium heat. Once hot, place 1 rolled paratha on the tawa and let it roast for about a minute or until light brown spots appear on the underside. Flip the paratha, drizzle a little ghee or oil around the edges, and use a spatula to spread it gently. Let it cook on the other side for another minute. Flip it again and add more oil or ghee as needed. Press the edges slightly to help the layers puff up and cook evenly. Cook until both sides are golden brown and crisp. Keep adjusting the heat as needed. Medium heat works best so the parathas cook through without burning. Repeat the cooking process with the rest of the dough balls. Serve the hot and flaky Pudina Parathas right away with a bowl of chilled yogurt, mango pickle, or even simple aloo sabzi. You can also pack these Mint Parathas for lunch. They stay soft for hours and just taste as delicious at room temperature. For storing leftovers, wrap them in a kitchen tissue or foil and store in an airtight container. You can reheat them on a tawa or in a microwave with a damp paper towel. If you want to make ahead, knead the dough in advance and chill it for up to a day. Just let it come back to room temperature before rolling. This homemade Mint Paratha recipe is vegan, packed with flavor, and super easy to make with the basic ingredients. It's a great way to use fresh mint and a cooling herby element to your everyday meals. Try it once and it might just become your new favorite paratha recipe. Perfect for those looking for a healthy, spiced Indian flatbread with a twist. Happy cooking! See you next time!